Roll the D20, tap A rapidly, kick the fuck out of a heavy bag. This is Geeks, Games, and Fights. Welcome to another edition of Geeks, Games, and Fights. I'm Matt, he's Elston, and we're going to start off this episode with, I don't know, you could say it's an age-old question, but for us it's a question that comes up every now and again, and it's also something that a lot of people debate, and it's Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. Who would win?
If you're a fighting game enthusiast, then pretty much Street Fighter might be the original fighting game. I don't really think there's one that predates Street Fighter. And then Mortal Kombat kind of pushed the boundaries of all video games. At one time, there were parents, like there was this big movement to stop Mortal Kombat because people felt like it was too gory or changing the way kids felt or making them want to kill people. Like, Jesus. Grand Theft Auto also had that problem, but Mortal Kombat's the originator of, like, the mature rating. It started that in video games, you know what I mean? So if we had the full lineup of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, it's almost like you have to pick a game, though, because if you think about it, like Street Fighter 3, the new generation, had a completely different lineup than
exactly. That's the first question that needs to be thrown down.
So we should go classic. It should be like Street Fighter 2 versus MK3.
I would say MK2. Street Fighter 2, MK2.
That's fair. That's fair. We almost would have to pull up the lineups, though, no?
I
remember him pretty much. I remember him. Street Fighter 2
pull...
was the introduction of Shiva, which was like Goro's fucking little people.
Street Fighter 2 is the introduction of Jax.
Not Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat 2. Introduction of Jax, introduction of Stryker, Sindel, all those people. I think. And Street Fighter 2 was introduction of the four main bosses, M.Bison, Sagat. Like, that's how that went, right?
I don't know.
See?
You know what? I think we basically gotta reference the Oracle right now. Fucking Jesse, you need to pull up the listing for Street Fighter 2.
Regardless, though, you can go for your team. You know what I mean?
Too.
Like, let's just say we had the basic Street Fighter and the basic Mortal Kombat guy fighting. I don't know what you're gonna take the angle of. Something tells me for some reason you're gonna pick Street Fighter. What team was? Okay, good, because I think Mortal Kombat would fuck them up.
You're wildin' though.
No. Okay. But okay, here's my reason real quick. My top reason is because when you speak of Mortal Kombat, you're talking about fucking gods. Like, you're talking about the God of Thunder, the God of Wind, Fujin. You're talking about the God of Outworld.
You're talking about all these other characters.
Akuma's like the only one that I think could hang with them. And maybe Akuma Evil Ryu.
Fuck everyone. No, a Ryu. All right. So all right. You say you want to go with the basic list, right? With like a generic. Okay, so let's go up.
Go ahead.
Let's do matches first. So we do Liu Kang versus Ryu.
That's fair. That's
Johnny Cage versus
Hold on. Stay. Liu Kang versus Ryu.
Okay.
I guess it'd be a fucking great match. I guess that's a pretty evenly matched one. You got the fireball versus the blue ball.
The kick. But see, he has more than that. He has the fire uppercut. He has the Hadouken. He has the wind kick.
Yeah, the wind kick, and then he's got his bicycle kick and his flying kick.
Okay, so
here's one thing though. So here's one thing you can't deny. In any Street Fighter game, at the end of it, you beat the shit out of somebody and they live to fight another day. If Liu Kang takes Street Fighter down, he's gonna eat him as a dragon and fucking dry fuck his soul with Scorpion in the Netherrealm. Like, I'm just saying, it's a whole nother thing. Like, you might finish. Oh,
you can't. But that's only if you finish him. That's the only time you can do a bestiality.
I'm just saying. So you might be able to beat Liu Kang.
Did you find the list? I got the list. Yeah. Okay. So wait. What's the lineup for what are we? Which one is this?
We got Street Fighter 2. Right?
Okay. Well, this is the lineup for Street Fighter 2.
Akuma, Ryu, Chun-li, M.Bison, Cammy, Ken Master.
Really?
DJ.
Yep.
Really? DJ?
Awesome, yeah. Honda, Evil Ryu.
That's the super special edition, though, bro.
No.
DJ wasn't in the original Street Fighter 2.
No, yeah. Okay.
And Fei Long and T-Hawk and Cammy were all together.
Yeah.
They all came after.
No, they were in Street Fighter 2, bro.
No, they were in like Super Street Fighter Deluxe Edition.
No, they were in Street Fighter 2, bro.
No.
This is the list for Street Fighter 2, right?
Yeah, just Street Fighter 2?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right, so go ahead.
I'm not going to argue that with you because there's fans out there
exactly.
know.
So go ahead.
But they were different. It's different.
Hold on, I'm trying to get see if I can get more like...
I know.
Because I'm right.
I know you had...
Because then there was Street Fighter Alpha.
Wait, Dawson's not even on... Oh, here's Dawson. I know you had Zangief. And
All of those people are part of it. All of those
you
people.
had my man fucking...
Sagat.
Yes.
Blanca.
Yep, you had Blanca right here. Bolrog.
That's right.
Bolrog, Valga, Sagat.
Yes.
Vega.
That's the lineup.
And M.Bison, yeah.
That's the lineup.
All right.
Those 4 other ones were in the Super Deluxe Edition.
Who? Cammy?
Cammy, T-Hawk, DJ, and Fei Long all came together
Fei
in a
Long was
separate
always
game.
there,
No,
bro.
Papa.
All right, fine.
I'm sorry.
All right, look that up too. Okay, wait. All right. So wait. First, what?
I know,
What's?
Can we
what's
bet
MK2?
money?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you want to bet money now?
I kind of do.
Oh,
Only because it's on video.
Oh, see now
Only
he's
'cause
trying
it's
to
on
call me
video?
out. He's trying to call me out because he's like, oh, you want to bet money? All right. Wait. So you know what? What are we betting here exactly? What is
Yo,
your
we
bet?
could bet that we have to finish this podcast naked.
No.
What do you want to bet,
Wait,
bro?
what?
What do you want to bet?
Why would we do that?
I won't.
Why would we do
I
that?
won't. Why would you do that?
Why would you even
Because
bring
you're
that
so
up?
confident. Because you're so confident.
Okay, so wait, what's the bet though? What's the bet?
The bet is that Fei Long, T-Hawk, Cammy, and DJ all came together
4
in
characters.
Super Street Fighter 2. Not in the regular Street Fighter 2 that came out. Regular Street Fighter 2 that came out, the 4 characters were Sagat, Balrog, M.Bison, and Vega.
There were more than 4 characters.
No,
Oh, you
the
mean
4
the
new characters. They were not in the first game. Then they came out. And then in Super Street Fighter fucking 2, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then, so fine, that regardless of all that. So then the next generation, Super Street Fighter 3, had all new people, and this guy, Gil, was the bad guy, and then there was a bunch of new high schoolers. Then they came out with Street Fighter Alpha, which had Charlie, which was Guile's boy, and Sodom, and the dude from Final Fight. All the dudes from Final Fight, matter of fact. Cody and Guy. And remember Street Fighter Alpha?
Yes, I
And
remember.
that was
Street
a
Fighter
different
Alpha
thing. That
and
was
Cody
on like
and Guy.
Dreamcast and all that bullshit.
All right, so wait.
And Street Fighter 4 came out, and that shit was like with the wrestler, with that fucking new wrestler, the Mexican luchador dude, and all that shit. But anyway, there's at least like 16 different Street Fighters out there right now. And then Mortal Kombat, there's even more. Because you had 1, 2, 3, which ended up bringing out all these different people. 4, which went to the SNES.
This
Nintendo
is
64.
This is the character list for Mortal Kombat 2. Baraka.
Yeah, that was a new guy. Yep.
Blaze?
Nope,
No,
absolutely
Blaze
wrong.
is not there.
That's wrong.
Goro.
Blaze was in like Deadly Alliance 2 or some shit like that.
Yeah. Kung Lao.
That's right.
Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of people. They had a lot of new
Johnny
people.
Cage. Kano.
That's the one Johnny Cage died in, I think.
Liu Kang. Melina. No, Noob Saibot was not in it.
Yeah, he was.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, they came out with all the
Scorpion.
Cyrax, Sector, all that shit.
I don't think.
Nah, you know what? That might have been
Shang-
3. I think that
Shang
list is
Tsung,
false.
Shao Kahn.
Anyway,
Who else did we have?
we
had
just got
Sonya
into a
Blade.
20-minute discussion on who's in what game.
Wait, all right. So look, so that's your lineup. That's your
I know
lineup.
who my lineup
okay.
is.
So who's gonna go up against who?
We'll go with bosses. You have M.Bison.
No. Okay, so you have M.Bison versus who?
Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn. That's a fit fucking match. What are you talking about? So
I think he'll slap the shit out of...
You're telling me in Mortal Kombat. In Mortal Kombat, where
hey,
he's not a guy.
can I ask you a question?
Because don't forget about the fucking rules of Mortal Kombat.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
Who's the father from the Addams family? What's his real name?
Gomez.
What's his real name?
Raul Julia.
So, you don't think Shao Kahn could whoop Raul Julia's ass? You don't think? You don't think Shao Kahn could whoop his ass? I think he could. I think he'd fuck him up. Oh, I forgot his name too, but the actor would whoop Raul Julia's ass too.
Oh my god.
The boss from Best of the Best.
Best of the best.
I really think Mortal Kombat it's like a fighting movie franchise
Yo,
from the
that's
90s.
fucked up that you said Raul Julia, like R.I.P. Raul Julia.
Listen, dude. I hope you were legal, because in these Trump days, you'd be turning in your grave right now.
What does that even mean?
Anyway,
all right. So
I had no problem with Raul Julia, and I love the Addams family. I'm just saying, if you're gonna cast a boss to a fighting game, don't cast fucking Gomez from the Addams family, dude.
Okay, that was a bad cast.
That's all.
That was a pretty bad. Like, yeah, He was not M.Bison worthy. Anyway,
that movie was weird, but all right.
Yes, that was a horrible movie.
It was nice for nostalgia reasons. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was still better than the new ones, which is just a shame.
True.
And the Mortal Kombat movies were good too.
So who would you have it go against Shang Tsung?
Shang Tsung from Street Fighter. See,
No,
Shang
Mortal
Tsung's a
Kombat,
beast. Shang
motherfucker.
Tsung's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's what
Who
I
would
said.
I have from Street Fighter go against him? He's a beast. Who's gonna go against him? He could turn into anybody.
Well,
I don't think he has a match. Akuma. I guess Akuma.
No.
Why wouldn't he? That makes perfect sense.
But Akuma would be going against Shao Kahn.
No, Shao Kahn would go against M.Bison. Akuma's not the super boss.
Yes,
is
he is. He's the hidden character.
He was in part 2, my
yes,
man.
he was. He was unlockable. He's a hidden character.
All right, I'm not mad about this.
He
fine.
is. He's a secret
Akuma and
character.
Shao Kahn, and then who the fuck is gonna go against M.Bison? Then Shang Tsung.
M.Bison against Shang Tsung.
Fine, Shang Tsung will rip Raul Julia's ass. That's all I'm saying. So fine, that's not a bad matchup. Okay. I think all in all,
Scorpion. Who will go against Scorpion?
For some reason, I say Blanca.
Blanca against Scorpion.
That'd be a wonderful matchup, bro.
Yo, I would think Dawson
against Scorpion.
Yeah,
because he has long appendages.
I think that would just be fun because he has Yoga Flame.
So would they cancel each other out? And then you feel like his long appendages are gonna beat Scorpion's Aikido, hip Kido, and what is his other fucking style? He has another one, his knife style. I think he'll slice Dawson's arms off.
Okay, so
and he'll never be able to masturbate again.
Oh, so they're playing with weapons now. Right? It's not just regular Mortal Kombat.
Scorpion has. Oh yeah, in part 2.
Yeah.
That's BS.
See, this.
I mean, because he does have weapons. Because what's that rope with a knife at the end of it? Weapons.
Scorpion.
Are weapons. Yeah, get over here. Just get over here.
Yeah, but that's only you could block that. It's not.
No, that's fair. I think Jackson Zangief. Yeah.
Jackson Zangief is a fit match. I would say Reptile and Blanca.
Why? Because they're both reptilian-like?
Because they're both beasts.
How about Raiden and Blanca? Yeah.
That is a okay.
Yeah.
So who's
and Raiden's a god.
Okay, yeah. But it's Mortal Kombat.
What are you saying? We're not saying it's Mortal Kombat.
No, he's mortal when he's fighting, so he could still get hurt like any mortal man.
Yeah, but that's the problem because Street Fighters hurt. Mortal Kombaters murder. They kill you. They just end you.
Ew.
They finish him. They'll finish him. That's what they do. That's what they do. Left, left, right, right, up, up, down, down, A, and then he'll fucking eat his soul.
So what?
Goddamn.
So what would you say, Chun-Li versus
Sonya Blade?
Sonya Blade or Princess Katana?
Sonya Blade.
Sonya Blade.
Yeah,
okay.
You know what? We're not going to be able to determine this. They just need to come out with it like they did Street Fighter versus Tekken.
But no. But so you really think? But so wait, what makes you think that the Street Fighter characters couldn't win? Like most of these people, bro. So
it's
like,
just that there's so many
you're saying gods.
No,
there's only like literally
two
gods you could really play with. Which is Shao Kahn and Raiden. And Raiden can be beat by anyone, bro.
Every single one of them has like long distance attacks.
So do all these guys. Hold on. Look, Ryu has an Hadouken. He has the flaming Shoryuken.
Zangief.
What do you mean, Zangief?
He doesn't have any fucking long distance attacks. Chun-Li.
Wait.
She's gonna come real close to you and kick you.
She has flying attacks.
She's gonna come real close to you and kick you. She's gonna jump off the fucking
M.Bison has distance attacks. Everyone, look. Tiger. Look, he's doing a distance attack right fucking now.
Yeah, some of them have something.
All right, so don't even look. He
Nightwolf versus T-Hawk. Yo, that's so racist.
No, but that would be fire though. But T-Hawk would powerbomb the shit out of Nightwolf.
He's big.
Like that's an unfair match, you know.
Johnny Cage versus DJ. You know what?
Johnny Cage. It'd be a good game. I think it would be Johnny Cage versus Ken.
I think it'd be a really good game. I think honestly, Injustice.
Ken would whoop that fucking ass.
Out of all fighting games, Injustice is gonna whoop everybody else's ass in all the fighting games. If you have the cast of Injustice go against anybody, like they're throwing people out in the outer space and the fucking atmosphere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. That's
that's a whole different level.
They're coming out with the new Capcom versus is it Street Fighter? Capcom versus Street Fighter?
No,
Marvel versus Capcom. Yeah, they're coming out with the new one though, and now they changed it. It used to be a 3-on-3 formula, but now it's 2-on-2 because they think it was too crowded and crazy before and chaotic.
But wait, I heard it was open world.
I don't know about that. I know it's 2-on-2. Like I'm excited for the game, but
so it's more like a tag.
It's more like tag. And you know what else they did? now they have a new Dragon Ball game coming out, right? Like I just
Okay.
got that in Game Informer, and that's also a fucking like a fighting game, but they're not going to be flying anymore. It's just going to be like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, where you're on the ground and you guys are
2D?
just fighting. Yeah, it's supposed to be sick, but like they just a lot of shit's coming out. I'm fucking excited.
I think the best 2D fighter personally, like I grew up Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, and I was never really a fan of Tekken, but
Oh, I love Tekken, dude.
best fighting game for me ever is Injustice. Injustice 1, anyway. And Part 2 is pretty beast. I just haven't played enough of
It
it.
was good. It got Game of the Month, Game of the Year, the first one. Second
Yeah.
one came out. Shit's fucking hot, man. I like
It's so good. And even like the new Mortal Kombats are super fire, but it's not, you're not fucking with it. It's just the storyline,
Well, that's the same
the
makers,
graphics.
the same people make
Yeah,
it.
no, exactly. But it's just,
Yeah.
it's such a hit, man. It's so good.
It is good. I have it upstairs. It's fucking pretty awesome. And now that you can really customize your gear, like it's amazing. You never see two of the same person online, like two of the same outfit and shit.
You know,
It's really good. And they all change your stats too. It got really in depth. I don't know. It is really good game. I ain't hating on it. But I'll tell you what, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat's able to hang with them because he's in the game. There's no Street Fighters in that game.
because it's a different company and licensing. Stop trying to play me like that.
Yeah, I like how the last one
Because
had.
if that's the case, then all the dudes from Street Fighter can take on everyone from Tekken. And there's a couple gods in there, godlike people.
Ogre and shit.
I don't know that one dude. I'm not familiar with Tekken, honestly. Who's
Eddie
the
Gordo's
dude
my dude.
with Tekken with the fucking
Heihachi?
with the pants, with the fiery pants?
Oh, Jin Kazama?
Yeah,
You don't even know if-
I don't. I know shit about Tekken. I am fucking. All right, got me. Like I care. Fuck Tekken. It sucks.
Yo, you're funny. So I already told you, but regardless, I'll talk about it because it's a brand new game.
Okay.
Fucking South Park, The Fractured Butt Hole.
The fact should be whole.
No, don't. It's not a butthole. It's butthole. All right,
Be whole.
for sure. So this
Wait. It said butthole, like B-U-D?
butthole, like they're fractured. They're not together, but they're still whole.
Oh,
Look,
fractured.
here's what's hot about the game, right?
Oh.
So you don't play-
It's a play on words.
That's what they do, bro. It's the fractured butthole. They're fractured, but they're whole. So, well, you'll think it's sick. I know you don't play RPGs. You didn't really play Final Fantasy. I know our fucking producer, Jesse, played all the same Final Fantasies I did, so he appreciates the RPG part of it. But what you'll like is it's all got a huge nod to the Marvel Universe. Like, I'll give you the underlying story where everybody's a hero. Cartman's the coon, and then Wendy Testaberger's call girl. And it's because she can make phone calls. She's got like 8 phones on her, and she uses them to, like, that's her power. Like, everybody's fucking stupid, son, right? But, so then they get mad because they all have all these movies coming out, and Cartman has it set up so the coon has a movie. Then next, the human kite has a movie, and then everybody has a movie.
The human kite.
Which is Kyle. So everybody has a movie, but then they'd start disagreeing over who has what movie in what order, like the Marvel Universe. And he's like, oh, you want to have Civil War? Fuck it, Civil War. And now they're in Civil War, so they both split up. That's why they're fractured, but they're still whole because they have to fight for a common cause. But so they're in Civil War, just like the Marvel Universe, and it's a huge nod on the movies and shit. Yo, dude, it's so fun, dog. But it's probably one of the best games ever. The first one, I really, really liked the way it played, but this one's more, you're on a grid and everything squares. Like, hero clicks are like, I don't know, like a fucking chessboard or whatever the case may be. And you have to move around, and every character can hit certain spaces with different attacks. Like, one attack might hit straight forward, one might charge straight 5 lines, and you have to figure out how to attack the other team. And, like, every single match is a different... It's not like the old RPGs where you're fighting a wolf and then you're fighting a fucking ogre over and over and over again. Every match is just one time that you fight these people. I fought priests yesterday that pulled these fucking anal beads out of their ass and started whipping them around and smacking me across the face with them. Like, yo, every match I'm like... I'm fucking mind blown, dude. But there's so much to it. You really got to play the game. It's incredible. Jesse's played it. But it's not like a traditional RPG. It's like you level up, you get equipment, you dress up. But you're all these heroes, and then you get to choose a power.
What type of video game? See, all right.
Yo, I'll give you a game.
I haven't played video games really since I had my son.
This isn't like anything you've played, though.
And this, what? Yeah, like
I'll give you an example.
What
Do you
is
know?
this, Jesse?
Do you know how in the
You
traditional?
play this?
I did.
You play this and you enjoy it.
Anal beads and all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Anal,
awesome.
anal beads, it's an.
It's a very
All right.
cool attack to see one time, dude. But no, let me explain to
Cool
you.
attack.
Do you know how you create
Yo,
a
we were
character?
just arguing
Fucker.
the difference between the Hadouken and the get over here, and now we're talking about anal bead attack.
We're talking about video games.
This is
The games portion of Geeks, Games, and Fights.
Hold on. Hadouken.
You look.
I don't know which one was worse.
Street Fighter versus South Park. That'd be cool.
The smell is it the smell that gets you?
That's part of the attack. You get grossed out. It's part of the attack. Yo, but listen.
I got pink eye in a week.
So you know how when you play games, you
fuck?
have to create a anything like your name, your height,
Okay.
your everything. So this has it too, but you don't create it. You get to choose. So instead of choosing a difficulty, you choose your skin color. And your skin color, if you're black, you're playing on super hard.
Fuck.
If you're Spanish, you're playing on medium. If you're white, you're playing on easy difficulty, right? So then they have another thing, and it's like your sexual preference, which is on your list, your character list.
Okay.
So you talk to Mr. Mackey, and he starts questioning you, and he's like, do you identify as a man? Do you identify as a woman? All right, I identify as a man. So, or if you identify as a woman, he calls your mom, he's like, hey, he thinks he's a girl. Oh, you already know, that's fine. Let me go explain to him. So then he asks you, are you cisgender? Are you whatever? And then you have to identify as that. And then it keeps that shit. It keeps your religion. Yo, and then you have to, all right, so here you go. You choose.
This is
this
they're
game's
reporting
something-
this shit back to the fucking government.
I wish we could show you a piece of this crazy
Hold on,
shit,
you
dude.
understand this shit, right? They're reporting this shit back to the government.
I don't
This
think
is-
Trey Parker and Matt Stone are
Yo,
doing that.
they're doing it. It's
I don't think so.
they're down.
But so if
They're
you got to
shills.
choose, right, between super strength, speed, and psychic powers, what would be yours?
Psychic powers.
And that's the initial choices, and then from there it goes on to like, what's the other ones? There's like, fucking where you can control plants, where you can make gadgets, like it's a gadgeteer is what it's called, but like you can create shit. There's a cyborg, there's an assassin, there's a martial artist like Iron Fist. Like there's all these powers, and you have to try to unlock them, and then you become this.
Fuck.
And you know what's even
My
crazier?
psychic powers didn't work.
You don't watch South Park the show, right?
No.
So I used to think that the reason it took 2 years for them to come out with this game is because they were making it better, polishing it off, making it perfect, right?
Okay.
Fuck no, that's not what happened. I started watching South Park this season. It was all like a advertising ploy, man, because they released it, and at the same exact time, the episodes from the TV led right into what I'm playing in the video game. So now what I'm seeing, like, I thought that was very interesting marketing ploy on their point, but they released it in time with the fucking show. So like when I'm watching the show, it's about the video game. It's kind of interesting.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Genius.
Yeah, kind of genius. Like, he don't play around.
That's
that
some
guy.
shit the government thinks of.
Skynet is alive.
They're part of Skynet, dog. They're trying to take us down. Look, they're gonna report on everything, and I bet you for every character you make, it's like a profile. Like they break it down and they're like, this means that this person is this or that or that or this. Single white male, single white female, young.
That game's crazy.
Bro.
Like the police, spoiler alert, their whole plot is to kill as many black people as they can to appease the gods. So that's what they do. They like sacrifice black people all day. Like they ask you to beat up the 2 black people in the town. They make you think they're supervillains. It's fucked up, dude. Yeah, that game is absolutely just ridiculous. The fact that they're even allowed to do it in this day and age kind of trips me out.
Bro.
The whole thing was crazy. You have a whole strip club spot. Like, everything's fucking crazy. You gotta play it, son. You will jerk off at least one time before you beat the game. All right, on to the next subject.
What? What type of segue is that? Jerk off once? How many times
At
have you
least,
jerked
I
off?
said at least once. I haven't yet, but it's coming.
What? Whoa.
Listen,
Whoa.
I just had... All right, say what you will, but when the moment happens, you're gonna think of me first, and that's even more fucked up. Anyway, so continue. Well, what have you been knowing about, huh? Any new news?
Oh, man.
You got nothing?
In the world of fucking...
Fighting? Not fake fighting. If you want to talk about fake fighting, we can.
Yo, it's called professional wrestling.
That's what I meant.
And 2, no, I was going to say in the world of UFC,
Yeah, fucking...
Don Cerrone got his ass murked the other day, unfortunately. So did Conor McGregor's homeboy.
Yeah, what was his name? I forget.
Artem Lobov.
Artem.
He got KO'd against Andre Feely. And Conor tried to jump in the ring.
Well, he's allowed to do whatever he wants.
I mean,
All it could do is help Artem.
So some people were saying that they want to see Artem fight again because if he gets knocked out again, it's the closest Conor will ever come to getting back in the UFC cage. But
so what do you think his next move's going to be? Obviously,
Conor?
everyone speculates.
I don't even care anymore.
You know what I think he'd do? You want to know what the big money fight is?
What's the big money fight?
For him to spend all of his winnings on the science to resurrect Bruce Lee and then fight him. That's what I think. I don't know. You don't agree?
This is our next topic. Conor
Is
McGregor
Bruce Lee
versus,
a real fighter?
No. Conor McGregor versus Bruce Lee. Who wins? Go. Okay.
That's stupid. Conor
I think,
McGregor would fuck him up.
Bruce Lee wins because he harnesses the spirit of the dragon.
You're not serious.
Yes, he harnesses the spirit of the dragon.
You're not serious.
Yes. All right, he harnesses the spirit of the dragon and pulls it deep from inside of his Wing Chun and Jeet Kune Do, and he fucking eye pokes Conor McGregor. Straight up rips his eye out.
Bruce Lee was, 135 pounds, I think.
Yeah, and then fucking kicks him right in the dick. Bam!
And he didn't know MMA.
Oh, but he did know some MMA.
He created a type of MMA, but he didn't know MMA.
What type of MMA did you create?
Me?
All right. Okay, Bruce Lee, MMA god. All right. Second of all, okay.
No, he's not an MMA god.
He moves
He's
like
an
the
actor.
wind. He moves like the wind.
Right.
Okay.
How?
Sometimes it's impossible to see him. Okay. When he was doing film, he actually had to stay still and do every movement step by step, freeze frame, because he moves so fast. Okay.
This sounds like a Chuck Norris t-shirt, bro. I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. Bruce Lee was just a guy, and he died by Advil. You know what I mean?
He got poisoned.
No. He was killed by Advil.
No, he was
or
poisoned.
aspirin. No, I'm sorry, man.
He was poisoned.
And then his son,
poisoned.
the Crow, he could have done something in the UFC against CM Punk. The Crow? Yeah, the Crow was badass, dude.
Jason Momoa?
That's not the Crow.
He is the new Crow.
Oh, no.
He is
He's
the
got
new Crow.
another fucking... Yo, he's in every movie.
And he's the new everything, bro. He's the new Aquaman. Well, it's an old movie, but he is the new Conan. He's the new Crow.
I'm excited for him as Aquaman.
I think they should get him to play Lobo instead of Aquaman.
Why does he always have eyeshadow on, though?
I don't know, but
What's up
he
with that?
he looks good with eyeshadow. What do you think, Jesse?
Jason Momoa.
You were in love with Khal Drogo. Don't lie to me. You see,
Oh, really? You liked him?
Yeah, dude.
I did too.
really,
I was
bro?
annoyed, though, because how did he die so easy,
He
dude?
was dumb. That's the problem.
So retarded.
You know?
He was so
No,
badass.
no.
Evil witch woman who lets him fucking clean his wounds. And why? You know, anybody just.
Did you expect that, though? No way.
Yeah, it was Khaleesi's fault. If you ever think
I was
Yeah.
about to say,
Yeah.
you know why he died? Because of his dumbass wife.
I had a really hard time with him in that first season. Because the first 3 or 4 episodes, every time, he just rape her.
Elsa can't get this.
I don't like that shit.
They were in love, bro.
They weren't in love. They were in love.
They were in love.
I call it Stockholm Syndrome, but love's cool.
Yo.
Love's
you
cool,
know,
too.
Sometimes
Hashtag me too, Khaleesi.
Hold on. Explain this hashtag me
I don't
too.
want it right now.
No. You brought it up. You
But
brought
we're
it
the
up.
wrong people
Okay.
to talk about it.
Okay. Oh, well. you
It's a
brought it up.
feminist movement. That's it.
Feminist
Need
movement.
I say more as a man?
Right
We can't win.
Power
I'll
to the
tell
pussy.
you, if we're gonna go into this though, I do feel like this is the first
Hold
time
on.
in American history that the white man is got some problems.
Got some fucking
yeah,
problems.
it's the first
white
time
man.
where I'd rather be anything but a white man. Like, yo, and
Well,
don't
you're
get me
not.
wrong, I'm not. I know, but people don't know that off of first glance. I'm just saying,
He's just saying.
white men right now got white privilege. They got motherfucking like everything easy for them, or that's what people take. You know what I mean? They fucking talk mad shit about it now. They can't really do anything right. It's kind of fucking crazy. And now it's like the whole feminist thing. If you're a guy, you're fucked. If you're white, you're fucked.
So explain the Me Too thing.
Okay.
Because you want to know.
Oh, me too.
The people want to know.
I don't know enough
Jesse,
about it.
Do you know
other
about
than
the
that.
hashtag Me Too?
No.
Whenever
Okay.
I'm on Facebook, all I see is like a girl will have a list and it'll be like, if you're a man and you've had sex with a girl that's drunk, let one of your friends have sex with a girl that's drunk. If you look at a girl a certain way, if you expect a girl to do things in an office setting because she's a girl or to clean because she's a girl, you're the problem. If you blah, blah, blah. And it's this list of like 55 things that we as men are just naturally guilty of, and it's got to change. And it's like this crazy movement that's going on. And all the time, I'm on Facebook and I'm like, I want to argue, but you kind of can't, man, because you will get attacked so hard.
Jesse, can you look up this?
It is what I'm saying. It is.
Okay, all right. So keep on talking.
It just is what I'm saying. It is. Every week it's a new thing, dude. Last year, I don't even know where it started, but I know that the trend has progressed. I know it became like black people had to be in everything, which I like because I fucking think black people are funny and like have them in every single show, right? But that's what it is. And then it became now gay people have to be in everything. It is what it is, dude. The Walking Dead has a gay couple. Everything has at least one gay couple. South Park, Tweek and Craig are now the gay couple.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, okay.
And then for a while it became transgender was like the thing last year. And it was a big thing. And it is what it is. And now I'm hearing like the Asians that are like, we're not depicted enough in Hollywood and we're not getting enough recognition. And it's really a really big woman movement right now. I've heard it a lot.
Feminist movement.
And there's a huge feminist movement and / Black Lives Matter. But it's always, and then this whole Colin Kaepernick thing. Like a year later, it's bigger.
Yo, I saw.
Yeah, I see him. I'm about to start murdering these bugs, man. That's what happens when you live out in the States.
It's the door. The door is open.
It's a jar.
The fucking door. I fucked this up. Yo, I saw.
The Colin Kaepernick thing.
Yeah, I saw on Instagram today there was a kid with a Colin Kaepernick fucking a Colin Kaepernick costume for Halloween, and it was a little kid taking a knee and dressed up as Colin Kaepernick for the 49ers. It was hilarious.
It's just something every day. Like it's just a new thing that people are mad about every fucking day. I just think it's crazy, son, and it's getting worse and worse. I don't know what it's gonna be next, but. Shit is crazy. I don't care about the kneeling and all that shit.
So wait, hold on. Before we even get into that, Jesse, did you find out about this hashtag?
Me Too movement?
Yeah.
Oh so God. Especially after that Harvey Weinstein stuff.
That was a big.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about it, Jesse. What did it say?
Well, that's just like
First of all,
rallying call for any woman who feels like she's ever been sexually harassed and is not like I felt comfortable.
You should like that.
Okay.
This is a chance for them now to feel empowered because other women are coming out and doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like if you've ever been harassed by a man, hashtag me too. And then all of the girls that have will put hashtag me too. If you've ever had a guy talk to you but he's really looking at your titties, hashtag me too. That maybe they're not as vulgar, but that's what it is. And then you see like 55 girls say it and then it becomes like, oh, this fucking asshole, and then it's like an attack on. Dude, it's so crazy to the point. And then if you want to comment on it, you will get attacked.
So some people just, but
it's another
so
thing
I can
be mad at.
I can understand like sexual abuse or someone makes a pass at you at the job and you feel you can't say anything about it.
Yeah, or we're pro-weed on this station. I'm sorry, we are.
Or legitimately. So out of left field. Yep. Or if you're like being legitimately sexually harassed. But at the same time, I don't feel it's right to say you feel like you've been sexually harassed if I see you're lifting a heavy box and I go to help you and I say, oh, let me give you a hand with that, and then all of a sudden
you should not go down this road.
You don't know, but this is.
I agree, but I'm afraid. That's all.
That's what it is right now. I'm just saying that just because I do that, it doesn't mean I think you're weak or anything like that. I mean, it's just a big box.
No,
and
but
as a man, I should just be doing the polite thing of taking it out of your hand.
That's where it's bullshit, though.
But some women feel that's like, that's wrong.
No, but that's where I think I don't like it. Because look, so I am all for equality, but there's no such thing. We're not built the same way. We don't think the same way. We're biologically inclined to like different things. We're muscularly and bone density wise just different. So look, so that's what I'm saying. So it's all about equality, right? Oh, this is bullshit that I have to clean. Yeah, but I'm at a job where I'm flipping the slabs. Like women aren't in the back polishing. That's dudes breathing in that fucking dust. And they're up in the office answering phone calls and they're pissed off because they're put in that box. But it's like, that's the easier job because that's what it's easier for you to do. And that's not like a girl should be in the kitchen thing, but I've had girls work with us try to do that job, and it's like, man, you feel horrible for them. It's hard. It's physically almost impossible to do the same fucking thing. And like, a lot of them take it as gentlemanly. That's not really hashtag me too. Like, but I do think it's bullshit to want complete equality, but it's never gonna be that. Like, I can't treat you like one of the boys, cause I can get into a wrestling match with you. I get into a wrestling match with her. It's sexual harassment. I can't treat you like one of the boys because I can tell you to go fuck yourself. I tell her to go fuck herself, and suddenly I'm in a fucking office talking to human resources. It's so different. It's all different. We're fucking completely different. But
Yeah,
and
you know what?
What, man?
Me too, bro.
Yeah, hashtag me too. No,
That's-
hashtag he
that's
too.
Yeah, you know what?
Hashtag he too.
You know what? That's the man's movement. And you know what? And for guys out there who just,
Dude,
they're not trying to be dicks. We're just trying to be
No.
nice. And all of a sudden,
now there's more complaining
actually, you
than
know
ever,
what?
dude.
Let's not make that a hashtag because you know what? Then we're gonna get some douchebag like legit like fucking scumbags. And they're gonna be like, yeah, man, I just told her she had some nice tits. Fucking
No,
hashtag he too.
It's not about that.
Don't do that.
Hey,
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's not about
We're,
that.
we're not about that
But
life
here's
on
what I
this
think,
show.
son. So from what I've seen from, all right, look at our grandparents. Look at our parents, right? The guys nowadays are better guys. I've never seen so many fathers that have their children and are able to be with their kids like that. My father never said I love you to me, let alone 5 times a day like I do with my kids. He never cared like that. Like, guys are different now. You could be a gangster and still be the best father in the world. You could be whatever. Like, guys are softer now. Game of Thrones times to now, guys are pussies compared
Gangsters
to what
are
they
good
used
fathers.
to be.
And that is 100%
It's just
true.
different.
I am 100% pussy
so it's
compared
like-
to fucking Ned Stark.
No, all right. Nowadays, if somebody says faggot, it's like, ooh. Or if somebody says a million other things, it's like, oh shit. If a guy comes
don't
up to you,
endorse that word.
no. If a guy comes up to you and he's like, yo, I'll blah blah blah, fuck the shit out of that girl. You're like, damn, I'm kind of aggressive. Depending on how comfortable you are, it didn't used to be like that. So now, why is it now that guys are finally being nice and being good fathers and shit? Do girls have such a problem with dudes? Like, it is what it is. I know there are assholes out there, man, but
I think it's like a final cleansing of it all.
They get aired out nowadays, man.
It's starting to happen now, and I think now this is like a final cleansing, like a final purge of it all. Like this is, and not even like a final purge, but like this is I feel like women's equality is not that it's not important. Like fuck yeah, it's important. I mean, I'm saying
not equality.
Everything.
I feel
Equality.
like we are equal. I feel like women have more power than men, dude.
No, I mean,
a girl can get a whole football team to fight each other because they all think they're in love with her. Like, girls have more power. I see girls that are half my intelligence that are managers because they're pretty. A pretty girl can ask you to kill your father. They can ask you to do whatever, son, and you're gonna be like, oh, I mean, I love my family, but you're so hot, you know? Like, it's so fucking crazy.
Damn.
Girls have a lot of power. I'm not saying that every guy's that stupid, but I know guys that...
Hashtag the power of the pussy.
Matt,
Me too.
How many guys do you know that are really faithful? How many guys do you know love their girls but still cheat? What it is. It's what it is.
I almost raised my hand for that. I thought you were going to say how many guys love their girls. I was supposed to be like, right here, and then you're like, but still cheating.
They have a lot of power, dude.
Oh, all right.
And they're definitely equal. They get the respect. Now, don't say you don't want to be looked at because, one, it feels good to be looked at. If girls looked at me the way that they get looked at, I'd be like, yo, I'm fucking...
I think we say that because we don't feel like it happens.
Look, if you didn't want to be looked at,
I will agree with you on that. Like when
don't be disrespected, but you definitely want to be looked at.
Yes,
you want to be looked at as attractive.
And you know what? To quote something, a
Dave
story.
Chappelle?
No, a story I heard. It was about a gentleman, and he was with his grandmother and his grandmother's friends, and he was talking about he overheard his grandmother and his grandmother's friends talking, and one of the things that his grandmother's friend said were, "I remember when I got that age," and what they were talking about were the age where men stopped looking at them.
Yeah, that's
you
sad.
know, and you know, and I've said that to some girls, and some girls don't get it, you know, and you know, it's not to be a dick, but it's like, you know, it's, you know, for sure, like you said, don't get respected and don't let someone say something disrespectful to you. But if a man does look at you and just, you know, silently admires you, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, because, you know, there will come a day that no one will want to look at you, and
There's a
it
way
will kind of
about
feel
it.
bad. Like, if it's something that you've been used to your whole life, you know, I'm not used to people like stopping and turning around at me. So it's like, it never happened to me, so it never will. But like, you know, like Jesse, you're a handsome motherfucker. I feel like people stop and stare
Now
at you.
everybody's gonna want to see him, but
You're
good.
as handsome as you are.
No, bro, you're way more handsome than me. Listen,
But girls are different, man. You don't even know if they're looking at you.
hashtag, yo, bro, hashtag me too. Yo, we're not trying to make a joke of this, like, because the feminists will hate us, but really, like, man, me too.
I don't know.
Why?
I just feel like it's all good. I feel like the world's really good and everybody's acting like it's really bad.
I think it's just, there's, you know, it's the media trend right now. You know, the Me
social
Too
media,
movement. Yeah, you know, and with the Harvey Weinstein,
But not
and
just
everyone's
that,
coming
dude.
forward. Like, yo, I saw a video today on Harvey Weinstein where it was like girls from like '96, like on the Letterman show, making comments about shit with Harvey Weinstein. A thing of who's that girl? Kurt Cobain's
Courtney Love.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Courtney Love, and it was like an interview, and like, if you had advice for any up and coming actress in Hollywood, what would it be? And she was just like, well, I would guess the advice would be, don't take a private meeting with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, I heard that.
And it's just like, ooh, back in '96, people, and it's like people knew about it, and I think that's what the big scandal is now, and that's what it is. It happens, but like people can't know about it. And you know what the thing is, if it was something that was nipped in the bud early, and I think also with that whole Harvey Weinstein thing, I think what it is kind of like part of the industry, kind of like it's you know, it's a category in porn, casting calls.
But
you know?
what? Yeah, but what
Casting
about
couches,
it though?
You know?
But what about it?
Like,
what I'm saying,
I'm sure that's something that's probably happened in Hollywood. You know, since the guys, since guys are like with big cigars and like, oh, you want to be in a movie, sweetheart, and fucking.
And if that's what you choose to do to be in a movie, then that's you bartering. That's horrible. I'm not even kidding. I've seen those casting calls, bro. Not one time have I seen one where the girl was asked to bend over and was like, really? She was like, I was kind of expecting this. No anus stuff this time, okay? Like, I'm just saying, you want to talk casting
yeah, bro,
calls?
that's important.
Dogs. I'm just saying.
But
like,
I'm talking
don't
about.
act like it was always
life.
a horrible experience. Or if it was such a horrible experience, why'd you go through with it? Everyone has the freedom of that shit. First of all, fine. It's a horrible, horrible thing for a guy to do that to you. It's also not good for you to go through with it either. As a woman, you should have enough respect to be like, all right, I'm not going to do that. You're a fucking scumbag. We're done here. But instead, you and 65 other people, including Terry Crews, let him grab his dick, didn't even say nothing about it. And it's like...
Yo, wait, Terry Crews got his pee-pee touch?
And came out on Harvey Weinstein about it. Like, oh, I didn't want to say anything because even though it was uncomfortable, I didn't want it to jeopardize my career. And it's like, look, if you let that shit go, then now that's you, man. Like, if you say something about it and you have a problem with it, but if you let it go, then you know it's gonna happen again.
I don't agree with that because you know what that makes you. It makes you a victim of a sexual assault.
But you didn't see any footage.
Hold on.
Was it like that?
Hold on. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it happened. Like,
it does matter how it happened.
A sexual
really
assault is a sexual assault, bro.
If it's a sexual assault.
Well, but what's used as sexual assault? Like, you run up on me, tug my dick real hard, and then walk off. Like, give me an angry.
See, now that's funny though. That's funny though. Because if my brother came here and he put his nutsack on this table and drew a Stewie face on it, is that sexual assault?
Yes.
No, it's not because we've seen it 5 million times. It really depends on the way you do things, the crowd you do it with, and the comfortability. And that's what I'm saying. If he feels like he's that crazy guy, I know people in real life that are fucking crazy. Okay. I have an Aunt Myra that you would think sexually assaulted people, but it's not. It's what's comfortable. But if she was in Hollywood and on social media nowadays, like look at Michael Jordan. Did we think he was super nice guy, right? Before social media, and now everyone knows he's a fucking asshole. Like,
You're an asshole, Mike.
yeah, you dude, you can't hide it no more. Like,
You're an asshole.
I know it always existed, but nowadays it really doesn't. And if it does, you see it. I watch the casting calls. Everybody's a willing participant, and the Harvey Weinsteins of today.
We're talking, but you're talking about porn.
But you brought up casting calls as an example to this, and I'm saying that's not the same thing.
Hold on. What I was trying to
especially
make a point
Courtney
was
Love. You don't think she was a willing participant? No,
bro. She was.
I don't know.
She was fucking already famous.
I heard
for
she
her
killed
music.
Kurt Cobain. Yeah. I don't know.
I heard
I'm
that
just
too.
saying. I'm just saying. I don't
Jesse,
know
did
if
you hear
I'm
this?
gonna go with Courtney Love
I've heard
on this one.
things. I can't say I watched that.
I'm not gonna go with Courtney Love on everything she says. I'm sorry.
Well,
Just because she jumps on the bandwagon. This is not a Bill Cosby thing.
No. This was not a bandwagon thing. This was.
I've heard of this. Has been around for years.
This was footage that was taken like back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it was footage that was tossed to the side.
Yeah.
But that everyone disregarded. That's why it's a big thing. Like,
do you like Jay-Z?
what is this going?
This is going to assault on girls and how the difference in one thing to another thing is.
Jay-Z hits the women. Well, I like my rappers to hit the women. Well, not that I like rappers to hit the women, but if my rapper doesn't smack a hoe every once in a while to keep her in
It's
check,
just
then
weird.
he's not a
It's just
respectable
weird
rapper.
what's
I like my
accepted and
rappers
what's not.
gangster.
I
They
know.
need to be a respectable gangster rapper. If they're not doing that, then.
So Harvey Weinstein.
And I'm not saying he's smacking them.
No.
Maybe it was just.
So
the heat
Harvey
of the
Weinstein
moment,
tugging on a dick is critical.
Once in his lifetime.
But
Doesn't have to be a
R.
habitual
Kelly
bitch smacker.
pissing on a 16-year-old something you can come back from, right?
Well, who said he came back from that?
He sure came back from that. Trapped in a Closet was post ejaculation on Sparkle's fucking face. Bro.
Hold on. Can we find out when that was?
Oh my God! It was when I was in high school. That's when
I remember.
I was selling bootleg copies of that shit because CD burning just came out, and I was on the tip of the spear of burning CDs. Like, yo, write me up a playlist, my dude. I'll give you that shit for $10. Yo, son, that's how I fucking bought my way into dances. All right, just so you know. Anyway. Fucking R. Kelly peed on that girl and made a full comeback.
Okay.
A full comeback.
Find out when Trapped in the Closet came out.
I'm just saying, it's weird. It's weird what's okay and what's not, man. Like, it really is kind of crazy. No. It's just weird. It's the times. I feel like it's the times. You think that R. Kelly would have survived doing that today?
2005 was Trapped in the Closet, South Park.
Okay, and when did he pee all over her face? When did he turn her into a human water fountain? Let me know. I need to understand. When did he make her face sparkle with the fucking golden shower? Shit.
Yeah.
What? It was actually Sparkle's niece, not Sparkle.
Yeah. So
2001, I think.
4 years later, he was trapped in a closet. She was probably trapped in there with him. Water fountain for fucking 4 years.
Well, wasn't he acquitted?
Acquitted, bro. I watched it happen.
Wasn't he acquitted?
I watched it happen before the Lord of the Rings CGI even. I knew this was undoubtedly what was going down. Yo, son, this shit was so crazy.
Oh my God.
I just think it's so crazy. The world is so weird.
He was acquitted in 2008.
He had to quit it. Peace don't last forever.
2002, he was arrested. For the sex tape that someone provided to D. Regatas.
What a world, man! I tell you.
Word.
That was in 2002.
Now that being
When
said,
the sex tape got sent, but apparently it was made in 2001.
I piss.
And then was until 2008 he was acquitted.
So in the midst of still being in trial, he trapped in the closet 4 years later.
Yo, son.
And had everyone trapped in the closet with him.
That shit was amazing.
And he was still on trial for pissing on little girls.
The world's an amazing place, my man. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not even going to get into it too much, but that's what I think's crazy is like what can have you killed and what you can fucking come back from nowadays, dude. It's just weird to me. But personally, I'm very like conscious of that shit. Like remember when we started doing Twitter? Right?
Oh man.
Right? And then I'd wake up and I'd be like, dude, first of all, for me it's a rule. I don't know if this is for everybody in the world, but I'm an angry person when I wake up and I shouldn't tweet or Facebook at 5 in the morning. Never, because it's gonna be so fucking negative.
All right, so look, we started up a Twitter for the podcast, right? And my whole initial idea for the Twitter was just to be like, we post, links to the podcast.
Just Geeks, Games, and Fight shit. Stay in our lane.
And then we just, we share links, articles.
What I post on Black Lives Matter?
Yeah. Elston gets out of nowhere and decides to post on Trump, Black Lives Matter, transgenders. Like this, just like personal opinions, and like not that they were even anything crazy.
He calls me up like, man.
I'm like, yo, how about you put out a tweet about like some MMA shit that's happening, or like, something that's happening in the comic book world. Like, bro, you're putting up super political shit. Like, you had no idea what you were doing. Like, he's using it as his own person. I was like, yo, you really need to make your own fucking Twitter, bro. Like, one for you. Because that's not how I feel about this whole thing now,
Yeah,
bro.
I used to just post fucking crap. Yeah, it doesn't matter. When I wake up in the morning and I see something and I post on it, sometimes it's pretty fucked up. People get mad. Matt gets mad. It's all good. But on the MMA...
Just calm down.
Yeah, it's all good. You brought up the MMA thing. You know what I've been thinking lately? Like, so MMA is going the route of entertainment, we'll say. A little bit. Like, little by little by little. Okay. Eventually, I feel like they're going to have... specific matches, like not just one-on-one. Fuck, man. I think
combat jiu-jitsu matches.
Crazy shit, man.
They have combat jiu-jitsu matches.
I want to see a Royal Rumble. I want to see an MMA Royal Rumble.
They have those
every 2 minutes. A new man enters the ring. I want to see. Yeah, get thrown over the octagon. I want to. Both feet have touched the floor. I want to see some amazing shit, dude. I really do. I want to see. Maybe not that, but I have looked online. I've seen 4-on-4 fights that have turned into 3-on-1 stompings. Yo, it's incredible. I've even seen
It's so true.
I've even seen
those are dangerous. I don't like those shits, man. Like they're cool, like for like the 2 seconds that it's fucking 4-on-4. But then once it becomes like 3 on fucking on 4 or some shit like that, and the numbers get smaller and they dwindle out. It's never like one guy fucking knocking out like one hitter quitter everyone else. It's always that one guy, and he's just the toughest one out of all his friends who could take the beating the longest.
It's sad, dude.
Yeah,
it gets depressing. That's just usually done like Russia, somewhere fucking crazy. They have a lot of cool things.
I am a fan though of matches of guys who with like a guy with like a year or 2 of training goes up against the guys like with no training like. Yeah, I know you've seen it, and like you guys can see it anywhere on YouTube. Look up Batman and Robin versus Spider-Man.
I saw that.
And it's
Spider-Man kicked their ass.
It's a guy. It's a guy with.
But they didn't swarm him.
No, exactly.
That's why he did it.
It's 2 untrained guys, and this one guy dressed up as Spider-Man who was obviously who had some kickboxing and shit like that.
That was awesome.
And
Look that up. That was really awesome.
He was fucking them up. And but then it ends with. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but anyway, look it up. It's fun to see.
Yeah, the way it ends is cool. Look that shit up.
And it's 2-on-1, and like it shows you like certain martial arts can work with 2-on-1 and shit like that. But like, and those are fun to see. But
two trained guys with the same training probably would have
exactly like two guys fucking who are with the equal skill level.
You know what I was going to do?
Against one guy with the same skill level is just unfair.
I think I called you about this. I was on Let Go, which is like Craigslist. You fucking put shit on there and it sells pretty fast. And they had, for $6,000, a legitimate wrestling ring. Red, white, and blue, turnbuckles and turnbuckle pads, the whole shit. And what I was thinking we should do is start a backyard wrestling federation.
What?
I'm not kidding.
Hold on.
But like MMA wrestling, not wrestling. Like a fight.
Wrestling.
Like Fight Club meets MMA meets professional wrestling. All right, have you...
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Speaking of MMA wrestling, this is a little off topic. But
don't go too far.
But my coach, Mike Palladino, just became the combat wrestling world champion over in Japan. Won the gold medal in his bracket.
To Japan?
He went to Japan and competed and represented our country of America. And America. See, why does everyone feels the need to say that in unison? Yes,
don't know.
That's great. But he represented our country and got the gold medal. Him and also my other coach, Vlad Kulikov, they both won a gold medal in their bracket. in their division, and fucking yeah, man, it's awesome. And shout out to those guys and for the fucking big, huge accomplishment. I know it's a big deal for both of them.
That's awesome.
Okay, so now you're talking about MMA wrestling. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about, okay, look,
like this.
say you get dressed up, right?
Dressed up like an MMA fighter?
No, bro. No.
Dressed
Whatever
up like-
you want your gimmick to be, son.
Dressed up like a wrestler.
Yeah, I had a few
Okay.
ideas for you.
Well, okay, what are your ideas?
We would
for me?
definitely have to go to Spirit of Halloween and get some outfits, my man.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry. Spirit of Halloween is a costume shop.
What would be your idea for me, Austin?
It's gonna be a mixture of things, my man. You're gonna have a scouter on, like in Dragon Ball. I saw it in Spirit of Halloween.
Okay, I'm liking this already. Scouter.
There's
Bam.
a ninja outfit.
Wait, a ninja outfit.
A ninja outfit.
A ninja outfit.
A white one.
A white ninja outfit.
A white ninja outfit.
Hold on, bro. You know I
Extra large.
I like to have. No, I'm gonna be looking like a fucking
Anyway,
giant State
we'll
Pump
figure out
marshmallow
the gimmick
man.
later. But I'm talking
With a
about
scouter
wrestling.
on.
Have you ever done this when you were a kid? Have you ever wrestled with people? Like, well, we were the NWO and we used to wrestle on trampolines and shit. So there's a way to wrestle, but it is not playing around. You're getting hit with real. What it is pretty much is
Yeah,
you
it's called
stick.
a fight.
No, but that's the thing. You're not doing MMA. It's different. You're doing wrestling moves. You have to stick to wrestling moves, but they hurt, son. Like, they fucking hurt. I've been tombstoned. many, many times. I've been powerbombed. I've been fucking razor's edged, which isn't that bad. Razor's edge me if you want. It's pretty bad for your forehead. I've had all shit happen to me, son. But you do real wrestling matches, kind of. You're trying to hurt each other, but you're not trying to fucking do MMA because that's not wrestling.
Yo, bro.
You want it because you want to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and that's not fucking fun in a wrestling ring.
Yes, it is.
Are you gonna jump off the top rope and do a fucking somersault?
Get
out of my ring.
I can.
Anyway.
And implement my jujitsu. Bro,
Most people aren't gonna be able to fight for real. Most people aren't gonna be able to fight for real.
No, because you know
People have to
if
work the
you
next
look
day.
at some of the wrestlers like Aleister Black, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, all of these guys have a heavy combat base using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
I
and
know
MMA.
none of those names.
I know you know none of these names, but all these guys are fucking like major wrestlers and major stars, and they implement Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And even if you go to Japan, like the whole Japanese strong style has a heavy influence of Jiu-Jitsu and like real life grappling, and that shit is fucking too sweet, baby. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you too.
I fucking
get
love
so into
wrestling.
wrestling.
I love fucking don't get me started on Japanese wrestling, man.
Alright, you
I
know
love
what?
me some New fucking Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, I love me some New Japan too.
No, you don't. You don't even know shit about New Japan.
I don't
You're
know
a
about the
fucking
Bullet Club
liar.
or Too Sweet. I know about the NWO and Too Sweet, the originators.
The originators, never the haters.
Son, the NWO changed my life.
Why?
The NWO made me not know who to trust anymore. I didn't know which one of my friends were going to go red and white, red and black, Wolfpack. Know which one of those motherfuckers were going to turn on me. That's how we were at the time, dude. Wrestling was real life.
In real life, yo.
Well, for a long time, I thought it was
Did
real.
any of your friends ever decide to be WCW?
What do you mean?
Like you could be like Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah,
like, you could be
WCW had some good people, but eventually NWO had all the best people. NWO had Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash,
NWO just had
Scott
everybody.
Steiner, everybody, all the good people. Everyone went there. Conan, at a time.
Yo, I heard
Sting.
Conan was gay. Is this true? Can someone look? We need to find this out. Is Conan?
What? We can talk about it. Let's talk about it. Conan might be gay.
Elsa, why did you just make that sound?
I don't know. All right, look, I got this. I
That
got
was like a
this.
sound of disappointment, like he got let down. Man.
Was Conan gay?
Imagine.
It is certain. God damn it.
Oh shit!
God damn it. Conan just might be gay.
I guess fuck Google and everything else. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know what to trust anymore, man.
So is fucking Jerry Briscoe or wait Pat Patterson. Pat Patterson.
That makes a lot more sense.
Pat Patterson is a homosexual.
I hear a lot of people are. I don't know who to believe. I heard Vin Diesel was. I don't know if that's true.
Nah, I heard Vin Diesel's last name isn't really Diesel though.
I don't know what that means. What do you think his last name really is?
I don't know. What do you think it is? What do you
I
think
don't
it
know
is?
what I think it is. I'm sure it isn't Diesel though. It's probably not.
We should have asked her about hashtag me too, but I don't know how much she knows about the shit.
No, well, we're off of that.
Yeah.
What? So wait, What do you think his last name is?
Who?
Vin Diesel.
I don't know, motherfucker.
Is he Spanish? It could be
Dude.
Gonzalez.
His name is Mark Sinclair.
They changed acting anyway.
Wow.
His real name is Mark
A
Sinclair.
lot of actors and a lot of singers, they do that.
Well,
Vin Diesel does sound better.
Better known by his, I don't know, Mark Sinclair sounds pretty like legit.
I know Stephen King's a fake name. I know,
Well, I guess that's good. You know, you have an alias.
I know.
It's like a name de plume.
I know Ice Cube and Ice T are fake names. I don't know what their real names are.
I
Everyone's-
think Ice T is like Terrence or Terry, and I know Ice Cube is his real name is O'Shea.
Yeah, those are fucking weird names.
O'Shea?
Yeah, like Bobby.
Part Irish.
Ice Cube. Ice Cube is.
You don't think he could be Irish because he's black? I'm trying to understand this right now. You don't think he has any Irish in his blood?
All right, got me.
Is it not?
He could actually. You never know, dude. There's a lot of freaking.
She got me. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know shit
No,
about
but
about Ice Cube's ethnicity.
heritage. Yeah.
Who
Nowadays,
knows?
you
He might have
never,
some Indian.
you never know what's going on anymore.
He might have pretty straight hair.
Nah, it's a crazy place.
You know.
What are we at? What's time? Oh yeah.
uh,
So some podcasts have their girl in the background who does stuff for them. Not that it always has to be a girl. #MeToo. But their person that does stuff for them. So sometimes you're gonna hear a voice, and that'll be Brittany. We'll come up with a nickname for her at a later date.
be right.
Yeah. See, Matt likes doing that shit. But so sometimes you'll hear her voice. That's Brittany. If you'll fucking figure that shit out, she'll usually be there to argue shit.
Brittany will argue the fuck out of some shit.
Yeah.
If ever there's a time where we're like, we don't know what to say, we'll fucking argue with Brit.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually, you guys. But what's the time?
We're basically
That's not bad.
We're
That's
at
not
it.
bad.
Yo, listen. This was another podcast of Geeks, Games, and Fights. My glasses were slipping down on my face. I was wondering. I was like, damn, I can't see the fucking camera right. No wonder. Damn. This podcast was brought to you by THC.
I was about to say, who the fuck is that?
Me. Oh no, me, not me. I'm Matt. Not my THC. No. What?
Nothing. We're gonna wrap it up.
We shouldn't smoke before podcast. Anyway, this was another episode of Geeks, Games, and Fights. I'm Matt. You got anything to say?
Not really, man.
Yo.
Everything's good.
Make sure to check us out on Podcast Addict,
Play
Stitcher,
South Park, man. That's a good fucking game.
iTunes. Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
it. Make sure you play that game.
Look us up on social media at geeksgamesandfights.com, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Play South Park, I guess. This was a Smart Puppy production. Shout out to Smart Puppy. And yeah, we are the geeks, we are the gamers, we are the fighters, and we are out.
Out.
Later.